Yesterday, a movie whose premise instantly intrigued me being a Beatles fan. A man who is seemingly the only one who can remember the Beatles. He's a struggling musician, singer, songwriter. His stuff is good, but it just falls short of what it needs to be popular. One night he has an accident, gets hit by a bus at a moment when all the power in the world goes out at once. And at this point, he had given up on his dream. Well, when he gets out of the hospital, his friends give him a new guitar and he starts playing Yesterday. None of them heard of it. And he goes and when he gets home, he searches. The Beatles never existed. He looks through his record collection. All the records are gone. And he slowly begins to make a name for himself, passing their songs off as his own. And there's a nice running joke every now and then. He mentions something else, searches it, and it never existed. Like even Coca Cola doesn't exist in this world he found himself in. Eventually, he appears on TV because he makes a independent album and starts giving the CDs out for free just to get his name out there. A popular artist puts him on an opening act in his tour, and at this point, it's where he parts ways with his best friend and manager slash love interest to go on the tour, and he winds up getting a record deal, and they start pushing to change him. And I should have said spoilers, by the way. I'm going to try and keep some of the broader details out, but we see him struggle to stay true to who he is through this movie, and it's a great character arc he goes through. His manager is a piece of work. This woman has zero redeeming qualities. She's so off-putting to the point where she's almost a cartoon character, and I'm honestly not sure if that's a positive or negative, because there were times with her that her attitude, her personality, it was just a little bit too much. And I love the stuff seeing him struggle with the fame and the fortune, and just trying to keep true to who he really is. Excuse me. But it's a great relatable tale. I wouldn't go as far as what people are calling it the feel-good movie of that year, because it does have its heavier and more sad moments at times, and you really feel for this guy when he's got the weight of stardom crushing down on him, and how it's affecting his relationship with his friends, and how it's pulling him further away from the girl that he's in love with. And the main actor does a really good job, which is another thing. This movie is well cast. Is this movie for everyone? No. But if you're a Beatles fan, I highly recommend it, because even though it's not as musical as I would have liked it to be, it's definitely a celebration of the Beatles. Like, he brings up, the world needs these songs. He knew how important the Beatles' music were to people and how that music touched people. And yeah, he wanted to get famous, but he also just wants to get that music back out there, which is an interesting concept. And I'll say this, you can take it for a spoiler, but this is one thing I'm glad. What happened to him is never explained. It don't need to. It's just an inciting incident to kick off a pretty good story. This movie actually really surprised me. I was expecting to probably go in thinking it's okay, and yeah, there's some good music. But it was good. It's Godzilla King of the Monsters is going to be my favorite movie of 2019. No if, ands, or buts. I am not even going to entertain that a movie is going to knock it out of number one, because just what that movie meant to me, seeing it on the big screen, you can't have a movie that's technically better in every way, shape, or form knock it out of the number one slot because of what that movie meant to me personally. But Yesterday is easily my second favorite movie of the year. It had a lot of heart. It was well written. The characters, for the most part, except for the manager, were relatable. And I even love other scenes where, like, they're pressuring him to change lyrics. Like, instead of "Hey Jude," you should do "Hey Dude," and they push him into it. And we see him at points struggling not to compromise with who he is. I'm trying to be vague with the description because I want you to see this movie and enjoy it, because it is that good. Just go into it with an open mind. And no, yeah, you're going to be hearing covers. You're not going to be hearing the originals. One of the highlight parts to me is when he goes to Liverpool. He visits places like Strawberry Fields, the grave of Eleanor Rigby, and you see where the places where the lyrics for so many of these songs were inspired. Which, again, like I said, if you're a Beatles fan, this movie is a celebration of their music and a statement of how important it's been to some people. So, well, lots of people. But Yesterday, I'm gonna give it a solid A. Great movie, and I do highly recommend it. So, have you seen it? Do you want to see it? What are your thoughts? Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Over and out, and I hope you like my new background. Finally got frames for the two posters. See y'all in the next video, which should be an unboxing.